Well, welcome to Third Space Coffee House.
Welcome, welcome. It's been an interesting morning already.
It has.
It's only what? 10 a.m. Well, see, I had to check the time like I don't know what time it is. For some reason, I couldn't remember.
10 a.m. We got set up, mostly, but a very interesting and sad thing happened this morning. I decided I was going to do a peppermint mocha, and so I got, pulled my shot, had it ready to go in the espresso machine, and we were just kind of busy doing stuff. I didn't want to make it until the last moment, so it'd be warm and ready to drink for you all. And
so you can rub it in a little bit more online. That way, if it's warm and ready, we can really, make them really miss Third Space.
Yeah, I guess. But anyway, so I go to put the water through the shot on the espresso machine, and here I never flipped on the espresso machine, and it takes 15 minutes. Well, at least 10 minutes to get stuff warmed up in the espresso machine and get it going. So I have no peppermint mocha.
He has no coffee, no caffeine.
But we did come up with a plan. We said, well, we can make a London fog.
I was going to say, really?
I couldn't even think of it.
London fog. Oh, and if you haven't had one, we tend to talk so much about our coffee drinks, but our London fog is also
it's very
delicious.
Good. But you still have to steam the milk for that, and I don't have any steam yet in the espresso machine, so yeah.
We're hoping in 5 minutes Dan might be able to break to go and
so I'm going to run and do that, and Angie will she'll keep things going.
Good morning, Cindy. I see you're already on. It's nice to
morning,
see you
Mom.
this morning. So I look like a big fuzzball this morning because I started already at a yard sale at like 6:15 this morning, and let me just tell you, it is hot outside and the humidity is just insane. It is so steamy. So if you're outside today, you're more than likely, if you're sipping a coffee drink, it's probably a cold one. It's really hot. So
it is hot.
Yeah.
She doesn't really look like a fuzzball though.
You're very sweet. So it's just very, very humid, and yeah, anyways, we all know what that does to hair, so, it just is what it is. But
yes,
it's very hot, and I'm heading right back to the yard sale, and at least I'm just dressed cool, and I'll be sitting in front of the fan as much as possible today, because it's a warm one. So if you have a pool, I strongly suggest you get into it today.
Yeah, and the yard sale is with Pastor Sandy and her family.
Yeah.
And actually, speaking of Pastor Sandy, we are going to be interviewing Pastor Sandy next week.
Next week, that's right. She'll be our final interview with staff is actually coming next week. So obviously Sandy couldn't be here today because she was busy yard sailing, but she will be with us next week, and we can talk with her a little bit about her story with Third Space. The cool thing about Sandy is she actually is not a barista, but she's kind of a jack of all trades in the background, and let me tell you, is the world's best dishwasher, because that has been her primary role, and she's amazing at it. So
and it's no joke to wash dishes, because we literally, when we were running Third Space, had piles upon piles. It's amazing how many dishes you make in just 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Cups, plates, spoon. Just all kinds of stuff. But
most people are used to restaurants having automatic dishwashers, because we all have them in our homes. Restaurants always have them. But here at Third Space, there is no space or finances to put in a commercial dishwasher. So everything has to be washed by hand. And when we say there's this whole process, because we are a food service, we have to wash, sanitize, and air dry before anything can be used again. So everything changes, everything takes a lot longer, and it is quite a process. So Sandy is a trooper.
Yep.
There were days that I think she had dishpans piled to the rafters. She never complains. She just rolls.
Okay. So, well, we can't talk too much about her now because we got to talk about her next week.
I can plug her. You should definitely tune in next week, though, because she's amazing.
Yeah.
So
I posted an interesting thing on Facebook. I said that it is somebody's birthday, and she is turning a certain age that has to do with 40, and in that order.
No, wait a minute. He said, when he posted on social media, he said that I was turning an age that had something to do with a 4 and a 0, I think is what he posted. And I said, great, I'll just reverse those. I said, I'm 4. This is good news. So, but it didn't seem to go over. Yes, I am 40, officially crossed over yesterday. And 40 is going to be great. I'm convinced 40 is going to be great. I said 39 was not great. Many of you know I had health issues at 39. So, I'm feeling good. and I'm just thinking 40 is going to be a great year. So.
It'll be a great year.
Yeah.
I kind of forgot what 40 felt like already. So, anyways.
So you should check and see if you can get your steam out of the machine.
I could do that.
So let's see how fast Dan can run, and he's running all right. And not only that, boy, I should have put a counter on just to see what he could do. Any steam yet? Oh, is there steam? We have steam?
Yeah.
We have steam, woohoo! So the real question is going to be of Dan's skills. Do we hear the sound of milk death in the background? No, he does not. Look at you. You still have your mad skills. He still is a quiet, just gentle steaming. When I first learned how to steam milk, it sounded like the screams of death because I didn't quite know how to hold the wand. Dan didn't have any of those issues, so he's steaming his milk like a pro back there. So just to kick off while we're waiting for Dan, and he's already almost done. Oh, here he comes. We are going to just remind everybody that we have August 1st here at Third Space. There will be a fundraiser event that is focused on reopening Third Space. So August 1st from 10 to 1 right here. In getting ready for that event, we are going to be putting up an online form so that you can order cinnamon rolls. So if you are a fan of Third Space's cinnamon rolls, we strongly urge you to get online and place an order. Our order forms are going live this evening. I'm going to have them up. I'm going to have them up at 7 p.m. tonight just because I'm doing this yard sale all day today and I don't know. So we're going to go live officially with those tonight at 7 p.m. They will be posted on our social media page and Third Space's internet connection as well. Our website will have links.
Yeah, so website, Facebook page.
Yeah, so...
And if we can think of anywhere else to put it, we'll do it.
We'll put it as many places as we can. So, but if you're interested in doing a pre-order, we can guarantee you cinnamon rolls if you pre-order. If you're thinking you're not sure, you can come in the day of the event. Like I said, August 1st, 10 to 1. We're going to be open just for those 3 hours. And you can buy cinnamon rolls. They will be going, first come, first serve. And when they're gone, they're gone. The good news is if you're missing Third Space coffee, we will also be selling lattes, iced coffee, and brewed coffee that day by donation as well. So Third Space isn't going to be officially open, but will be available that day. Our staff from Common Ground will be here, and we'll be here to do your pickups if you ordered cinnamon rolls ahead of time and to give you a fantastic latte if you'd like one.
So we hope on August 1st you'll stop out. Love to see you. Love to make you a latte or brew you up some good Third Space coffee. Absolutely.
That is delicious.
My London Fog is incredible.
Yeah, so London Fogs, if you're not familiar with the London Fog, is Earl Grey tea. And Earl Grey tea we use vanilla and just a little bit of lavender in it, and it is just a fantastic drink.
Morning, Wanda.
Hey, it's good to see everybody online today. So I think that is it that I wanted to talk about for the fundraiser. Is there anything else you wanted to share? Other than how delicious your London Fog is.
Yeah, no, I felt like there was something I was going to say about the fundraiser. But so we are 3/4 of the way to getting our startup costs for Third Space.
We are excited to reopen.
I think we're looking yet at about $8,000, I believe, is what we need to raise. So, and we really do. I know, even though we're 3/4, that $8,000 is an important piece that we're going to need. So, and then that really only leaves us, with the money that we've raised, only leaves us about 3 months to get Third Space up and going before we run out of money to pay staff and so forth. So, it's
still a leap of faith to get reopened.
It is a bit of a leap,
but we've had such a tremendous outpouring from the community. We really feel like you guys want us to reopen, which is exciting, and we're very honored by that. And we're excited that we've been able to stay in touch with you at least through these coffee breaks. So hopefully we're still on your mind. We are trying really hard to get reopened.
Yeah.
Just trying to take the risk when the risk is most wise. That's kind of like where the number that we feel like we can manage while we get kind of up and running. So, and and your mom just says yummy London Fog.
Yes.
That's right. Your mom is such a tea drinker, and she always loved our tea. The London Fogs are delish.
Excellent.
One other. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say a way that you could help us advertise for Third Space starting up for the fundraiser is when this video is over, you can share the video using your Facebook page or whatever. That would be helpful.
That would be very helpful. And in regards to the fundraiser, is very possible. We'll see what our response is to the cinnamon roll fundraiser. It's very possible we'll do more. So we just kind of want to wait and see how people respond. If, in case you've been wondering, how are they making cinnamon buns? We can't buy yeast. So you can't get much yeast in the grocery store right now, but there are still a couple of commercial outlets available that have it. Hilariously, I was able to get yeast for us. So I had to use, obviously, our commercial vendor, 20 pounds of yeast. So we have plenty of yeast to make cinnamon buns. So if we sell out, we'll do another. So spread the word. And if there's a bigger demand than we can meet with the first run, we'll keep it going. So we appreciate you supporting us. It's pretty awesome to do it. So
yeah. Well, are we going to dive into brownies?
Yeah, so we were talking about what to make. We haven't done a cooking segment in a while, and one of the things that I wanted to share with you guys on the cooking segment is actually just a standard brownie mix. The reason I do is because most people make brownies out of a box. There's no shame. I've done it many times myself. So if you're a brownie mix lover, go for it. But if you don't have a brownie mix on hand and you're really hungry for a good chocolate fix, let me tell you, I have the ultimate brownie that is made from just the staples you have around in your cabinet. So wanted to share that with you this morning. So next time you need your chocolate fix, you can do it. This is kind of a nice mix. People, if you've ever noticed on the back of your box, people will read where it says if you like cake-like brownies, if you like fudgy brownies, and it'll tell you just some slight variations with the recipe. This is going to make a 13x9 big pan of the perfect combination of cakey and fudgy. It will accomplish both of those in the same moment. So if you're watching your waistline, this is not a recipe for you, but if you want a really good brownie, you should give it a try. So what we have here to work with is I'm going to actually do this with sugar, flour, and cocoa as opposed to melted chocolates. If you've ever made traditional brownies, oftentimes they use melted chocolate. We're actually going to use cocoa. I like the flavor of it. So this is 2 cups of sugar. And I have 1.25 cups of flour.
By the way, hi Tracy.
And I have 3/4 cup of baking cocoa. And this is 1 teaspoon of salt and 1 teaspoon of baking powder. All right. So I'm just going to whisk together these dry ingredients. And this is our base. This is what we're going to make everything else from. And the rest of this is just going to make just the best brownies. And these really hold for a few days. If you've ever made box mix brownies, they're really only really good for like the first maybe 2 days maximum. After that, they really just don't hold very well. These hold up so much better. They stay better if you can manage to not eat them all. This is my 17-year-old son's favorite brownie to put a scoop of vanilla ice cream and hot fudge on. He just goes bananas for these. All right, so I've whisked together my dry ingredients. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to add 4 eggs. And hon, can you grab that carton? I had an egg carton.
Oh,
did you throw out my egg carton?
I did throw out the egg
Don't
carton.
worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's all right. Don't worry about it.
All right.
We'll just make a mess and clean it up later. So I'm just going to leave my eggshells. I had an egg carton behind me to put my eggshells in.
But I'm too efficient.
He is extremely efficient, and he doesn't like messes. He's very, very tidy.
I am a fairly neat person.
Extremely tidy, which is a wonderful thing, and I'm not going to complain. So for all of you ladies who feel like you have to run behind people and clean up after them, I don't have that problem with him, so not at all. As a matter of fact, it might be the opposite. Okay, so I'm just going to break the yolks here. And we're going to go ahead and add a couple teaspoons of vanilla. And I have here 1/4 cup of vegetable or canola oil, safflower, some kind of a light tasting oil. And we're going to just kind of start bringing this together with a whisk.
She makes it look easy. I would have batter and everything all over the place.
And I started to bring this together just a little bit, and now I'm going to add some butter that has been melted and cooled. This is 2/3 cup. So like I said, not a healthy waistline brownie, but makes a really good decadent brownie. All right, so you want to make sure your butter is not steaming, smoking hot when you add it in here, because we do have raw eggs, and nobody wants scrambled egg clumps in their brownies. That just doesn't taste good. All right, and we are almost done already. This is how quickly this recipe for brownies comes together. There's just nothing to it. It's so easy. And this is going to be your traditional brownie batter. You'll notice it's pretty thick.
So while she's making that, let me just ask, how has everybody been staying cool? So I haven't been staying cool. because the air conditioning in my truck is broke. But
Bad time for the air conditioning to go out. Thank God it's only in the truck and not in the house.
that is true. Better the truck than the house.
All right, so all I did here was I brought my ingredients together. It's nice, thick brownie batter. It's exactly what you would expect. And then here is the icing on the cake. This is what makes it all come together beautifully. I have a heaping cup of milk chocolate chips. We're gonna stir these right in. And it's just that simple. So 1 heaping cup. Milk chocolate chips is my preference. You can use any kind of chips that you like, but we like them with the milk chocolate. That's usually how I make them. So we're just gonna fold these right in. And all I have left to do is bake these. That's how easy it is to make homemade brownies. You don't need to use a box mix. So I have here a 9x13 pan, and I personally like the Pyrex pans. These glass pans will give you the best result for your brownie. You can use the traditional, like the metal pans, those are fine too, but the Pyrex will actually give you that better crispy edge. If you like those crispy edges on the brownie, you'll get that better with a Pyrex. And I don't like Pam baking spray in this. I love baking spray. If you know me, you know I love using cooking sprays. For brownies, I recommend you traditionally butter your pan or use a Crisco or some sort of something in your pan. So 9x13 that I buttered with some Crisco. And then we're just gonna put this brownie batter in.
Tracy says she'd be eating the batter right now.
You know what? I hear you. If I wasn't so scared of raw eggs, I think I'd just take a big bite right now. I'm one of those people that like gets really nervous about raw eggs for some reason, but this would be incredible, just like this.
Actually, it would be. It looks good enough to eat.
So if you really like to eat raw dough, get yourself some of those pasteurized eggs and go to town, because this would be delicious, especially with all these chips in here. Oh my goodness.
Oh, yeah.
Put me into sugar shock, but that sounds like the way to go for me.
You could just take spoonfuls of this and put it over your ice cream or something.
Oh, you're killing me. Now that would be good. My husband bought me an ice cream maker yesterday for my 40th birthday.
That
now
was a
ideas.
birthday gift, yes.
And it was a great birthday gift.
And you know, the best thing about that birthday gift is really I get to benefit quite a bit from it. So it was really not much of a selfless gift, but
it was a great gift. He knows I love to make stuff homemade. So, and I've been experimenting with ice cream recipes, but I had to use my hand mixer to do it because I was having trouble with my my ice cream maker. So this is ready to go. All you have to do with these brownies now is bake them at 350 degrees for about 35 minutes, and they are fantastic. They'll be some of the best brownies you've ever had. So we will get this recipe online later if anybody wants to do this simple recipe for pantry brownies, but you won't regret it. So I strongly encourage you to try. And thanks for that happy birthday wish. Yes, I feel very welcome in my 40s. I'm happy to be here, happy to be alive. 39 was not a great year, but 40 is going to be awesome.
She finally joined me over the hill, right?
I have plenty of gray hairs to match the number of my age now, so.
I'm not alone anymore over the hill, waiting for her to come.
Well, it has been a pleasure to meet with you guys today. Again, we will have our order forms online by 7 p.m. tonight. They're going live, so you'll see if you want to pre-order any cinnamon rolls for the August 1st fundraiser. That is your day, tonight at 7. They'll go live. So post, repost, help us get the word out, and make some brownies later if you feel so inclined. We'll make sure the recipe gets up, okay?
Yeah, good to be with all of you. Grace and peace to you.
Absolutely.